The lights go out and your brain does not think, it remembers. Reach for the fridge, flip the dead switch 3 times, grab the car keys, check your phone. Every one of those moves made sense in a world where the grid always came back on. In a real blackout, some of those same instincts turn you into a statistic. This is not a gear list. This is 10 dumb habits your brain runs on autopilot when the power dies, and how each one quietly points you toward the wrong end of the survival graph. Your brain loves shortcuts. Routines save effort on normal days. You drive the same route to work. You stand in the same place in the kitchen. You hit the same light switches without looking. When the power drops, that habit engine does not shut off. It speeds up. So instead of stopping to read the new situation, people do what they always do, only harder. They jump in the car and race to the gas station. They crowd the supermarket. They light the candles they bought for mood lighting, not survival. They keep opening the fridge door to check the food. They post their exact location and problems to whatever network still coughs a signal. Each of those moves has a cost you do not see yet. Roads fill with panicked drivers. Stores become crowded, angry rooms with bad lighting. Open flames eat oxygen in a sealed house. Telling strangers online that you are cold, scared, and in the dark is not always helpful. The point of this video is simple. You take those auto moves and break them on purpose. 10 instincts, 10 tiny rewrites. For each one, you see why it feels right, why it is wrong in a real blackout, and what to replace it with instead. If you fix nothing else, you at least stop helping the cold and the chaos. Next, we start with instinct number 1, the gas station stampede.
Instinct 1, the gas station stampede. Power drops and your brain says fuel, so you grab the keys and join the glowing line of red taillights. Every other driver had the same thought, which means long waits, short tempers, and a lot of metal moving fast with no traffic lights. The math is simple. One gas station, hundreds of cars, rising risk of fights and crashes. If your tank was not already low, you just traded a safe living room for a lottery ticket in a parking lot. Instinct 2, the supermarket swarm. Dark house, empty feeling, so you head to the biggest food box in town along with a few thousand neighbors. Inside, lights flicker, freezers die, and narrow aisles turn into choke points full of carts and fear. You burn calories to reach a place where supply and patience both shrink by the minute. The more bodies packed in one store, the higher the odds of panic, arguments, and someone deciding they are done waiting in line. Instinct 3, the open flame comfort. Cold room, no light, and your mind reaches for candles and any fuel that burns with a nice glow.
Open flames eat oxygen and add fumes. And in a sealed winter house, that makes ends poorly for lungs and curtains. Fire also loves surprise naps and crowded coffee tables. For every extra candle or sketchy heater you light in one small room, the odds of a fire jump while you sit there feeling cozy. Instinct 4, the fridge addiction. The power cuts and you sprint to the fridge like it is a time bomb you can calm by staring at it. Every time you open that door, a block of chilled air falls out onto the floor, and your food warms up a little more. Do that 10 or 20 times and you shave hours off safe storage. People think they are checking their supplies while they quietly speed up the spoilage they fear. Instinct 5, the top water trust. Lights off, but water still comes out, so the instinct is to treat the top like a loyal friend. In a long grid failure, pressure changes and treatment problems turn that friend into a question mark. One bad gold can mean days of sickness when you can least afford it. The risk jumps if your town has old pipes or is already under stress, but your habit still says, if it flows, it is fine. Instinct 6, the signal chase. Phone shows 1 bar or none, and your first move is to walk outside, then drive, hunting that perfect spot. You burn fuel, time, and body heat to stare at a small screen that depends on towers with the same power problem you have. The payoff is tiny, and the cost climbs with every frozen minute. In a citywide blackout, chasing a signal turns you into a cold, glowing target with less gas and no new plan. Instinct 7, the noisy generator flex. If you are one of the lucky few with the generator, the instinct is to bring the whole house back to life at full brightness. That sound and glow tells every bored set of eyes on the street where the fuel and warm rooms live. You move your risk from cold and annoyed to warm and interesting to desperate people. The more lights you flip on, the more your address stands out in a very dark grid. Instinct 8, the hero patrol. When the world goes dark, some part of you wants to walk the block, check on things, and be visible as order. The streets you know feel safe on normal nights, but now every corner hides blind spots and unseen mood shifts. You swap a secure, controlled room for a moving body in open space with no quick backup. The odds are not on your side when visibility drops and stress climbs for everyone you meet.
Instinct 9, the big room huddle. Family or neighbors gather in the largest room so everyone stays together and the space feels socially right. Physically, it is the worst choice because big air volume takes more heat, and tall ceilings steal warmth up where nobody lives. You spread blankets and feel busy while the temperature equalizes at misery for all. A smaller room crammed tighter would hold heat better, but habit keeps dragging people to the wide, cold living room. Instinct 10, the rescue fantasy. The last instinct is mental. Power dies and you sit still, waiting for them to fix it any minute now. You burn the first golden hour doing nothing useful because the past taught you outages are brief and help is automatic. If this one is not, you start the real work late with colder rooms, lower batteries, and less choice. Every hour spent in hope instead of action increases the slope of the hill you now have to climb. Each instinct feels normal. Each one carries a specific cost in crashes, conflict, fire, illness, exposure, or lost time. Next, we flip them. You will see the smarter move that replaces each dumb reflex, so when the lights die for real, you do not have to think from scratch. Smart move 1, stay put, save the fuel. When the lights die, look at your gas gauge before you look at the door. If you have more than half a tank, you do not sprint to the station. You treat that fuel like cash in a bad neighborhood. Stay home in the first rush where the crash and fight risk is highest.
You move the car later, at odd hours, only if you need to get out, not to top up. Smart move 2, shop your own house first. Before you join a store crowd, walk your rooms with a clear head. Count what you already have: cans, dry food, water, batteries, warm clothes. Many people are out of food only in the sense that they are out of fresh snacks. If you still choose to visit a store, go with a list at a calmer time and treat full parking lots as a warning, not a welcome sign. Smart move 3, trade flames for stable heat. Instead of lighting 10 candles, focus on safe heat close to your body. Use one solid lantern or a tested indoor heater with good ventilation. Keep flames low, stable, and away from clutter. Put them on a metal tray or plate with space around. Go heavy on blankets, layers, and room sealing. Fire should be a tool you respect, not a mood light you scatter around the room. Smart move 4, lock the fridge and plan openings. Decide fridge access like a schedule, not a reflex. Write down what is inside while it is still cold. Group items by how long they last, then mark 2 or 3 times a day to open, grab, and close fast. The door stays shut the rest of the time. Every no-peak hour you win now gives you safer food on day 2 and 3. Smart move 5, treat top water as maybe. If you do not know the state of treatment, act like the water is suspicious. Store what you already have in clean bottles and pots. If you have filters, use them. If you can boil, boil. Keep raw top use for washing and flushing if your area is risky or already under alerts. You would rather over-treat now than learn about pipe problems from your own stomach. Smart move 6, use the phone like a flare. Instead of chasing one more bar, use short, planned bursts. One call or message to key people with clear info. Current status, plan for the next hours, when you will check in again. Then the phone goes dark to save battery and attention. The goal is to connect enough to coordinate, not to scroll yourself colder in a parking lot.
Smart move 7, hide the glow, stretch the fuel. If you run a generator, you feed the lifeboat room, not the whole house. 1 or 2 key circuits, heat, maybe a fridge, 1 set of lights, blackout curtains, or no visible glow from the street. The quieter and dimmer your setup looks, the less you advertise that you own fuel and working outlets. You want comfort for your people, not envy from everyone else. Smart move 8, patrol on paper, not on foot. Instead of walking laps outside, set up a simple watch inside with eyes and ears. Curtains cracked, lights off in your windows, 1 person awake at a time. Short planned checks of doors, fences, and cars near the house, not long heroic strolls. You see most of what matters from cover. If you do go out, you do it on purpose, with a reason, and for the shortest path. Smart move 9, pack into the smallest warm room. Pick the tightest room that can hold the people in key gear. Seal it, pot it, and accept that it feels cramped. Bodies heat small spaces faster. Shared blankets and close sleeping beat a grand cold living room where the ceiling eats your warmth. You trade elbow room for actual degrees on the thermometer. In a blackout, closer is safer. Smart move 10.
Use the first hour as setup, not hope. When the power dies, you give yourself a short timer, maybe 15 minutes for news and quick checks. After that, you act like it is an all-night outage. You pick the lifeboat room, you seal drafts, you set up water and food access, you plan the night. If the grid comes back early, you lose nothing. If it does not, you are ahead of almost everyone who stayed frozen on the couch. These are not heroic moves. They are small edits to habits you already have. Stacked together, they turn normal person in a blackout into someone with lower risk, warmer rooms, and a lot more control. In a real blackout, the grid fails once. Your brain tries to fail 10 times in a row. The instincts are old. Gas station, store, candles, fridge, tap, phone.
Generator, patrol, big room, hope. The smarter moves are not about turning you into a different person. They turn your first 10 minutes into a different script. You stay home while the roads turn stupid. You eat from your own shelves before you push through crowds. You seal one tight room instead of heating an empty house. You use light, fire, and fuel in small, quiet doses. You treat water and information like things you verify, not wishes you trust. You give the first hour to setup, not shock. That is enough to change your odds. Because the blackout is not a movie. There is no narrator in the room. Nobody yells bad idea when you reach for the keys or the matches. There is only you, in the dark, with habits that grew up in easy times. The power dies fast, the grid falls in one move. The real question sits in that thin gap right after the lights go out. Does your autopilot drag you toward the noise? Or did you do the work early and give it a new path to follow?